Hello, and welcome to this first Unifield webinar made by OCP. As you were told during the training, Unifield is always being refined. Today, we will see together a refined version of the pick pack ship process. Before we start, the goal of this webinar is to understand why there is a new process, to understand the differences between a long flow and a quick flow, and to understand when one should use the long flow or the quick flow. Initially, the pick pack ship was designed to send items from one instance to another with detailed information. How many cartons will be sent? What is the content of each carton? But MSF operates in various contexts, and sometimes this process does not fit our operations at all. For example, when the coordination and the projects are only 15 minutes apart, this detailed process is kind of useless. As the Unifield team was working on a smoother interface with less click and pop-up windows, we decided to update it to adapt and fit our operations a bit more. It gave us two flows, the long flow, which you kind of already know, and the quick flow. Let's review both of them. Let's start with the long flow and refresh your memory a bit. An order has been placed by another instance, and we have the items in stock. We want to create a delivery. First, we create the pick. That's when we tell the system that we plan on taking these articles from the shelves. Then, we validate the pick. We went to the warehouse, we picked the articles from the shelves, and so we confirm that they exist and that we actually picked them. We can pick partial, we can pick the whole quantity. Once the pick is done, we move to the packing. We picked our items and we need to dispatch them in the cartons. We indicate to the system how many parcels we have and what is the content of each of them. We then indicate the weight and dimensions of each of these parcels. Once we are done, we can create a shipment. This step is very important as it allows us to print the shipping documents, the freight manifest, and the packing list. You can also print other documents if the case applies, gift certificates, invoices. Finally, we ship the parcels. The long flow is the pick pack ship as you know it, but when you have to deliver your cartons on the other side of the city, it's time-eating and sometimes way too detailed. That's why we created the quick flow. It starts the same. The pick is created and validated. But instead of detailing the amount of parcels, the system will skip immediately to the weight and dimensions. You no longer need to indicate which item is in which parcel. When we create the shipment, we can indicate the right number of parcels before printing the shipping documents. They will obviously be way less detailed than in the long version. Finally, you can validate your shipment as usual. So when to use the quick flow? You can use the quick flow when you don't need the detailed information. It's the case when all the following applies. First, it's a short trip. You are going to deliver on the other side of town or in a nearby area. You don't have to stop on the way. You don't have borders. You don't have checkpoints. You don't have anyone you need to give a detailed list of your loads to. And you are going to deliver everything in one delivery. It's not really that we don't like partial, it's just that we don't like anything to get lost. So please, if you are to use the quick flow, keep it simple. Finally, you need to use a MSF vehicle. If any other company, a third-party logistics, or a transporter gets involved in the movement of the goods, it's no longer a quick flow. The reason is, you will need to give them a detailed list of everything that's in your cargo, and that doesn't work with a quick flow. So, if any of the following applies, you cannot use the quick flow, so you will have to use the long flow. Okay, that's enough theory for today. Let's check now the demonstration. We will start with the long flow for you to get familiar with the new interface, and then we will move to the quick flow for you to see what's new. We are now in a training instance. Let's go to warehouse and see if we have any pick pack ship to process. Surprise! We have a pick pack ship to process. It's here, it's in draft, no line state. Let's go for it. Before we move forward, I will highlight you the differences between the new picking list screen and the previous one. As you can see, the quantity column and the quantity to process are already equivalent. In the new pick pack ship, if you wish to ship partial, you have to opt out, the default setting being the whole quantity. The state column is identical, but above it there is a new list. This new list allows you to see different things, either all the unprocessed lines, or all lines, or the not available lines. I'm not sure we have any not available lines here. No, let's go back to all the unprocessed ones. A new button is also available. It's this one, the elevator. It allows you to switch to the quick flow. As you can see, the default setting in Unifield is a long flow. If we move to the quick flow, the screen will be pretty much the same. The main difference will be the same button, which instead of being an elevator, will be the stairs. If you see the stair, it means that you are in quick flow and you can move back to full flow. If you see the elevator, it means that you are in long flow. Let's now create a picking. We are now in the picking ticket. As you can see, the quantity to pick is already pre-filled. If we wish to change things, we can edit it at the line level. If we wish to only process a certain amount of lines, we can do it by ticking each box. In this situation, we will process all lines. We can then validate the pick. The first time that we clicked, we created a pick. Now we validate that we picked this quantity. Let's move forward. We are now in the pre-packing list screen. As you can see, it looks very much like the picking screen. The main difference between this screen and the one of the previous process is that if you wish to update anything, you will have to do it at the line level. You will no longer have a pop-up window. Let's see an example. If I wish to indicate the amount of parcel for this line, I can do it at the line level. Here, we will say that we can put 100 units per carton. Hence, we have 10 parcels. Let's now update all the lines one by one. In the second column, I can put 500 units per carton. So I will go from parcel 11 to parcel 14. For the purpose of the exercise, we decide that we cannot put 2 units of creatinine in the same carton. For this reason, we are going to split the line. Let me show you how. I now have the creatinine at 2 lines. We will put the third item in the parcel 15, the fourth in the parcel 16, and the last one in the parcel 17. Let me move forward a bit. Let's now pack everything. If I were to pack partially, I could tick the boxes of the lines I will pack, and I would click on Pack Lines. Here, I will pack everything. I am now in the packing details. For each parcel, I need to indicate volumes and weights. In the new pick pack sheet, the weight is no longer mandatory. However, we will indicate it. We are here in the long flow and we need detailed information because we will hand over the parcels to a transporter. As all cartons are identical, I will use a standard pack. Let's select it. The weight for the first item will be 5 kg. In order to not waste your time, I will pre-fill the remaining information. Now that the information has been filled, I can click on Process to move forward. We are now in the shipment list. Let's fill the document information and the transport information. To not waste time, I will pre-fill the information again. The document information have been indicated, but what about the transport information? The transport information have now been filled. Let's go back to Pack Families and let's create the shipment. The packing lists are now ready to ship. If we wish to add additional items, which are non-Unifield items, we can add them here. For example, an expat parcel, any other kind of documentation that you can pass between the fields. If you wish to add other packing lists to the shipment, you can click on Add Packs to Shipment. It appears that there are packing lists that were not shipped. Let's add them. Now that we can add them to the shipment. As you can see, we have our initial packing list and the two additional documents. We can now print the freight manifest, and we can also print the packing list. As you can see, the packing list has all the detailed information that were shipped today. Let's go back to Unifield. The truck is here. We put all the parcels in the truck. The driver signed the documents. He's now ready to go, and I confirm that my shipment has left my warehouse by clicking on Validate. The shipment has now been shipped. You can see that the state is now dispatched. Once the project will have received it, by synchronization, the state will automatically become received. Because it's an exchange of goods between projects, I should not click on Validate Delivery. This concludes the long flow. Let's now see the quick flow. Let's go back to Warehouse. Let's select together a logistic picking ticket to see what the quick flow looks like. So far we are just at the picking list screen. It's exactly the same than before, except that we are going to click on this icon. Now we are in quick mode. As you can see, so far it's exactly similar to what you had before. Let's create the pick for these items. We created the pick, now we can validate it. As you can see, the next step is to jump immediately to the packing details, which are the volumes and the weights. Let's indicate the standard pack together. And the weight will be 8 kg. However, this article cannot fit in one carton and we need 2 parcels. But to indicate the number of parcels, we have to wait until the next step. That is the main difference between the quick flow and the long flow. Let's move forward. We are now in the shipment list. Let's not forget to update the quantity of parcels. I just need to indicate that I have 2 parcels and that the number of parcels to ship is 2. I update my line. Let's check the document and the transport information. In terms of document, as I said during the theory, if it goes today, it has to arrive today. It has to be a short trip. There should be no stop, so no transit. We can put the driver's name. The driver's name will be Klaus. Let's check the transport information now. The name of the carrier is Klaus. His address is MSF Compound. You can indicate the phone number, but if it truly fits the characteristics of a quick flow, everybody in both projects and coordination should have the phone number of this driver. Let's put one anyway. Now that we have all the information, we can create a shipment. Before I validate, I should not forget to print the freight manifest. I can also print the packing list, but as you can guess, it's not as important because we're not supposed to stop and I only have 2 cartons. Now Klaus has taken the 2 cartons and is gone, so I can validate in Unifield. However, the process is not over. I go to the synchronization, manual, and I push the start all synchronization background button. When the synchronization will be done on my end, I can call the project and let them know that they should synchronize to be able to receive the incoming shipment. That is a quick flow in Unifield. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. If you have any question, now is the time.